Oh, my sweet Jesus.
That's rad.
In a year full of the most shocking news, we've had two new teams, one owned by Michael Jordan, another owned by Pitbull. We've had a NASCAR race on dirt, and we have our newest bomb, our first silly season bomb of 2021. Carl Edwards will return to the NASCAR Cup Series and will drive the number 32 car for 23XI Racing. I can't believe it. Bob Pockers just tweeted it out a couple hours ago. Ex-JGR and Roush Fenway driver Carl Edwards will return to the Cup Series in 2022, racing for a new 23XI racing car. Carl Edwards already has a quote. I think he's like having a full interview on Friday on Race Hub with one of the Caitlin Vinci, I think's her name. But I can't believe he's coming back. He retired. Remember, he retired so suddenly after the 2016 season when he was racing for a championship at Joe Gibbs Racing. He was only at Joe Gibbs Racing for 2 years after he left Roush Fenway. And, you know, he had a good 2015 season. I think he won the Coke 600 and the Southern 500 that year. But 2016, he had a really good season. He won a few races and was leading the championship race until he was involved in a wreck late in the race when he went to block Joey Logano. Huge crash, and then all of a sudden he just retired. But now he's back. He's going to be racing a Toyota again for Denny Hamlin. Here's what he had to say. I'm extremely excited and very thankful to Mr. Jordan and Denny for giving me this opportunity to return to the top level of NASCAR. I can't wait to compete with this amazing race team. Yeah, and then here's what Denny had to say. Carl is an incredible driver and was an amazing teammate at JGR. When he called and said he wanted to drive, I knew we had to give him a spot. He's going to win races for us. I can't believe it. I just genuinely cannot believe that Carl Edwards is back. I thought, you know, maybe if he did come back, it'd be like a one-off race, you know, maybe race in a Daytona 500, race at one of his favorite racetracks for a team. But I never saw him coming back full-time because, like, he retired so suddenly. It's like, if you retire that suddenly, are you really going to come back? You know, I wasn't sure if he'd actually come back, but he came back. I can't believe it. I think he'll be competitive. I mean, if 23XI next year with the next-gen car, if they get their stuff together, they've had a rough start this year, some bad luck. If they can get it together, they're going to be a good team. But wow, yeah, let's talk about it some more. In case you didn't pick up on it. April Fools. I had to do something today. I mean, come on. Last year I did Danica Patrick. I said Danica Patrick was coming back. I was thinking about doing Dale Jr., but I was like, that's not as believable because Dale Jr.'s already talked about he doesn't want to come back to a full schedule. So I was like, that'll make people mad, but it's also not as believable. Carl Edwards, I felt like, man, this is going to upset a lot of people, and it's going to be somewhat believable. So I thought about this last week. I put this together, made some fake tweets on some website, and yeah, here we are. I really wanted to do something. Now I got to figure out how to make this video a little bit longer so it seems somewhat believable. I can't have a 3-minute video over news. I don't talk about news for 3 minutes. I talk about it for 10 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll give you my thought process. So usually April Fools, I love April Fools. I love sending people fake stuff, just trying to scare them or something with their sports team or something like that. So I love doing stuff like that, messing with people. It's April Fools. It's an excuse to be silly, I guess. So yeah, I wanted to do something. I knew I had to do something with NASCAR news. I didn't want to do someone switching rides because I was like, what if that actually happens? So I was like, it has to be somewhat believable, but it also like has to be, it's not going to actually happen. And so I was like, Carl Edwards going back to the Cup Series, people would believe that, and hey, I don't think it's going to happen. So I thought Carl Edwards, why not? And people love Carl Edwards. I'm sure a lot of you people, if you thought this was real, you are furious at me. I want to see your rage comments. I want you to say how much you hate me. I think that's hilarious. No offense, but April Fool's jokes make me laugh really hard. But yeah, in other news in the NASCAR world, they are currently testing the rain tires that we talked about yesterday. That was not an April Fool yesterday. They're actually testing rain tires at Martinsville right now. They've released a couple of videos and stuff, so go to NASCAR's Twitter if you want to see that. it's just damp. Once again, just damp conditions. It's not actually raining there. It's a controlled surface, all of that stuff. But yeah, in other news outside of NASCAR, dude, I'm a Texas fan, and Texas just hired Chris Beard as their coach. No April Fools there. Tech fans are furious, as I expected if we did. I really didn't think Texas would get Chris Beard. I thought he would stay, but Texas got him. I'm happy. I hope he can do something. Hopefully he can win a tournament game for us. We haven't done that since Rick Barnes, which is unfortunate. Other news, Roy Williams, legendary North Carolina coach. He's retiring. All this news on April Fools. Like, I don't know why they did it today, but they did it today, and that's kind of cruel, but it's also kind of funny. I got to admit. Big news bombs being dropped on April Fools is pretty funny just because, you know, people are going to be like, oh, it's fake, it's fakes. But, yeah, those are real news stories. Chris Beard is actually going to Texas. Roy Williams is actually retiring from North Carolina's head coaching position. Such a successful career for him. Kansas, North Carolina, 3 national championships, I believe. But, yeah, let's see if there's any more news. I got to somehow just a couple more minutes of this video. If you guys got any great April Fools things that you've seen, please send them to me. I love a good laugh. Yeah, I mean, there's not much going on. Someone made a fake, you know, Adam Stern, the NASCAR reporter. There's a fake account called Adam Slern, so it still looks like Stern. It's just without the T, it's an L. And they did, Denny Hamlin has like been fired from Joe Gibbs Racing effective immediately, and Denny Hamlin himself actually retweeted it as an April Fool. I thought that was really funny. That was a really good one. But let's see here. Well, I'm not seeing much else, but I hope you guys have a great April Fools. I hope you can prank some people, but be nice. Don't scare anyone to the point that they pass out or anything. Don't do anything too extreme, but, you know, have fun like this. Carl Edwards coming back to NASCAR. I thought that was funny. I thought that was a good prank. What's his face? Eric Estep did a fake. He was joining Disney ESPN. I thought that was really clever, really funny, and it was really well put together. You know, he did that I'm quitting YouTube. I personally think those are ridiculous, but it wasn't actually, his video wasn't about that. That was just the clickbait thing, which I thought was funny because the video had nothing to do with that. He was saying, I'm leaving YouTube to do ESPN Plus with Stephen A. Smith to talk about NASCAR. I thought that was hilarious. That was really well put together. He put his face where Max Kellerman was and talked and said, like, I'm going to have a hot take, but I think Jeff Gordon's better than, like, David Gilliland or something. And Stephen A. Smith was like, what? Outrageous. So I thought that was really well put together. I thought that was really funny. So yeah, I can't quite do that. I didn't think of that. I thought that was a really clever idea, but I thought a breaking news story would be really funny. Really good April Fool's video. So yeah, if you're just furious with me right now, please let me know in the comments. I really want to see what people think. I want to see if people like initially react like, no way, let's go, and then like edit their comment or like, screw you, dude, why would you do this to my emotions? But yeah, I know Carl Edwards was a really popular driver, but dude, his sudden retirement, I still remember that because it was the year after Jimmy won his 7th, Gordon was part-time, and I was like, man, Carl Edwards, like, is he ever going to win a championship? And then all of a sudden, I look at my phone, and it's like, Carl Edwards is retiring. I was like, isn't he like 35 or something? Like, that's a little young, but everyone's like, oh, okay, and he moved back to Missouri. But yeah, then Suarez took over. Dude, if Suarez freaking won on Sunday, that would have been so cool. Man, this season's been something, I tell you what. We've got 7 different winners in 7 different races. If we get 16 winners, that's going to make for something, because or 17 winners, because then one person that wins is not going to make the playoffs. I think that'll make it interesting, and we got a lot of wild cards coming up. We got Talladega in 3 weeks. We got a Circuit of the Americas in a month and a half or so, and then we got Road America the first week of July. We got a couple other road courses before the finale at Daytona, and the finale at Daytona, that's something else. I mean, dude, this season's been crazy in terms of the winners and the racing. It's been a crazy season. We just got off a Bristol dirt race once again. If you think about it, this year really has been full of tons of weird, wacky, what's it called, storylines. So yeah, If you liked this prank, if you thought it was funny, tell me in the comments. If you're enraged and you hope I deactivate my account, dude, tell me in the comments, because I won't deactivate my account and I will probably laugh at your anger. So yeah, that's not in a mean way, but that's just in a funny way. Have a great rest of your day, guys. Have a great rest of your week. Have a great Easter weekend. I'll see you guys soon.